Tim Clark over at Emirates. We're about, we understand, to get a very substantial order from him. Is that coming soon?
Well, we hope so. First of all, let's put it in context.
Yep.
So already 800 gross orders for the year.
Yep.
The likes of Air India starting the year, Ryanair, Southwest, United adding to the order base. And this year's been more of a pivot to some of the wide-body orders. So we saw a strong narrow-body order. No doubt, the world's on fire in terms of travel's back.
Yep.
So it's natural this wide-body order
Okay, you talk about the world being on fire, so let's talk about that. You've got huge demand at the moment, but you've got huge uncertainty. You've got the geopolitics, we're in this region right now. You've got huge economic headwinds also beginning to gather as well. We've got industrial headwinds. Are you surprised that this industry is sending such a positive message at the moment, given all of those headwinds?
Well, it's a resilient industry, and remember, it's an industry still recovering. So we're not surprised from that context because we're at 97% of 2019 levels, still have bounce back left, and we're still seeing steady signals of growth in the GDP around the globe. So in that context, no, we're not surprised. Are there forces that are potentially destabilizing? Those are out there. We think the resilience of this long-term demand is there, and that's explaining this need for airlines to get ahead and get their order book in place.
Okay, they're placing the orders. Can you build the planes?
We can build them. Now, are there going to be some bumps along the road? Sure, we've seen those. This industry really was destabilized from the pandemic. We're starting to see signs building back, but we and Airbus are still a long way from total output of where we'd like to see it. I think things are going to emerge each step of the way. We'll learn and we'll get them out of the way and we'll become predictable.
Okay, we don't know when the order's going to come from Tim Clark at Emirates, but the expectation is that the 777X is going to enter service. What is it, October 25 now?
It's actually in 25. We'll have it certified. Tim's going to take his on that date.
Right.
And we've got other customers ahead. And
okay. And you're confident that that aircraft over there behind you is going to be there?
I am confident. We're building that each day,
right,
with working with the regulators. We're seeing harmony between FAA and EASA. Yep. Driving the requirements around this airplane.
So it's not a 26, it's a 25?
It's a 25.
Okay. And I was just talking about what was happening with the APAC summit. As I say, a huge week for Boeing. What do you need to come out of that meeting between Xi and Biden? What needs to come out of that improved relationship for Boeing? Because at the moment, you are still struggling with that China relationship. Does it improve as a result of what we're about to see in San Francisco?
Well, anytime there's dialogue, direct dialogue, that's a good thing. But you know, we've been in China for 50 years now. We've been with our customers. Interestingly, last week, the 95th airplane, the MAX that was on the ground, came back. So they have all 95 airplanes flying. We're in the middle of preparing deliveries for the new MAXes, and I'm optimistic about the discussions that are going to occur in San Francisco.
Does it result in orders? Does it think it results in orders?
Too early to predict that. Our job's going to be deliver airplanes one at a time and express to the Chinese the need to replace their fleets and provide growth for the future.
Let's come back to the manufacturing issue. In terms of what you expect to deliver on the MAX this year, what is it, 375 to 400?
That's correct.
We understand you're making some improvements in terms of the investigations regarding the aft bulkhead that's been an issue recently. Is that speeding up? Could you push north of 400?
I would say the guidance is the guidance right now. We have seen improvements. I characterize we have that now well bound, and it's really a matter of doing the work predictably with high quality. And so that range is the right range to point to.
Okay, you talked about some of the manufacturing challenges. Let's talk about some of the labor challenges. The UAW has just signed a cracking deal with the big three automakers. You've got your labor negotiations coming up. I think it's what, 9-10 months to go?
Yes.
Are you looking at that deal and thinking we're going to have to pay significantly more? There's obviously ongoing issues, long-term issues surrounding pensions. Can you afford a strike at this point?
Well, our focus right now is to do a fair deal with the IAM. I tell you, the initial relationship we have going in is productive. And we're going to do our part to reward our employees as we move forward. And we'll see how it goes. Our objective is not to get to a work stoppage, but to get to a deal that works for them and us. And we'll start early in the negotiations as we get into the new year, and it culminates in August of next year.